Hello everyone, this is Valera. Um, Before we begin, I'd like to thank White Mage Serenia because he originally gave me this idea. Like, it was based off of when he did that let's discuss about red mages and how he kind of went into how white mages have more of a front end fighting capabilities than a red mage. And as you can probably already tell, I'm going to be talking about probably the most infamous bastards of the Vana diel world. And we all know them. We've all seen them. We've all probably died by them multiple times. And we all pretty much hate them. Obviously, these are the goblins. Why am I talking about the goblins? Why not talk about anything interesting? Why not talk about anything else? The reason being because I have yet to hear a let's discuss about these guys, and because, well, there's a lot to talk about them. There's a lot of problems I wish that Square Enix would kind of, fix. Um, Beginning with problem number one, and this is the biggest, they're everywhere. They from your early days of soloing, from level 1, then partying in the dunes to 20, going to Juno and Quiffum, going to friggin' Kazam, going to Garliach Citadel, and just going on and on and on, non-stop. These guys are everywhere. Everywhere you go, you will always see a goblin there. Everywhere. I could name the areas like East Sarabaruda, West Sarabaruda, Kronstadt Isles, South Gustaberg, West Ronfair, East Ronfair. The list continues. I can honestly, there's no end. And there's just so many problems. Like, I remember when I was on my human who was a white mage, I remember when our polar was going out to pull the lizards in the dunes, and he accidentally pulled a goblin. So, what happens when you pull a goblin? Well, there's two things. Either, if you have a power leveler, the power leveler will always take the goblin. Okay, he'll take him out. If you don't, you have to either zone, or we have to unsync. Now, because we were all low levels at the time, even if we unsynced, we were gonna die. And I remember I was a level 17, I was going on 18. So I believe I just got my 18. And the goblin's sitting there and he's just killing every one of us. I'm trying to sit there and run. I was trying to heal up everybody because that was my role. And, I died. And as soon as I died, I mean, shit, I got so pissed off. I mean, hell, when you die by one of these things, your expressions are mostly gonna vary from this, or hell, even that. Yeah. Most of the it's hard to try to level in Final Fantasy because, sometimes soloing, partying, especially in the dunes, you're always gonna see a goblin there. And it cuts into your leveling time, and it's just annoying because it's like, oh my god, now we have to unsync, or, we have to zone, the polar has to zone, or hell, when you finally reach around your level 30s, you're gonna be partying in like the Yatungal and the Yatora jungle. And by then you guys should be able to take on the goblins, but hell, you go on to the next couple areas of leveling and the goblins are even tougher there. It's like, what the hell? I know that they increase in level, but there's just so many of them that they shouldn't even, it just shouldn't be. I know I'm kind of complaining a little bit about them, and I know that there's a lot of other tougher things out there, like in Odd Urgen. We'll take Odd Urgen, for instance. We'll take the Imps. True Sight and True Hearing. Come on, that's already tough enough. Like, I'm trying to sit there and do my Blue Mage AF1. the path we had to took was just, I couldn't, like, we ended up dying. And guess what? We didn't die by the imps. Oh no, we had trouble with them. We didn't die by the imps. Guess what we died by? We died by a shigo, which was a little insect. And what happened was, we stopped for 2 seconds so the white mage can cast Sneak and Invis. Now, what happened? Well, what happened was, all of a sudden, this is what happened. We stopped for 2 seconds to cast Sneak and Invis. All of a sudden, 2 little bugs just out of nowhere just come hopping over like frogs. Instant aggro. I couldn't put them to sleep with Sheep Song. And before you know it, we were dead. We couldn't do anything about that. I'm like, and I sit there and I complain because I had to D-level from 45 and I had to do Fields of Valor to get it back. So I sat there and I was just like, oh my god, come on. Like, if it's not the imps I gotta worry about, it's these things. And then I gotta worry about other things. It's just like getting to all the staging points for me is just like it's a pain in the ass. And I know I'm complaining a lot, and I know I kind of went sidetracked by the goblins, but it's like, you know, even in the Treasures of Odd Urgen, pretty much the imps and the Shigos are pretty much the goblins of that area. Pretty much because, well, for one, they're even worse. And I can understand that, I mean, okay, this is Final Fantasy. Okay, nothing's ever gonna be easy. Okay, I understand that. But, to be honest, it's just like, okay, well, if it's not the goblins I gotta worry about, it's these things. And if it's not that, it's gotta be something else. Like, okay, come on, Square Enix, give me a break here. I know a lot of you must understand this by now, or if any of you have played Final Fantasy XI, you guys must understand me, because we've all been in that situation. We've all been in the party in the dunes. We have all gotten killed by the goblins. We've all gotten killed by them. I kind of wish that Square Enix would just, well, for one, kind of tone them down a little bit. I mean, somewhat, just a little bit. And as for, you know, the imps and the Shigos, or whatever they're called, out in the Odd Urgen, come on. The area's tough, and it's only pretty much for advanced levels, I get that. But come on. If it's not the imps, it's these things, and these things are completely invisible. Their names, again, do not show up until they attack. So, you'll see them in the background, you'll be like, oh, well, that's not gonna aggro to me, that's just a little bug, that's not gonna hurt. And then all of a sudden they come and kill you. Like, alright, Square Enix, in your next couple updates or something, come on now. You can keep the imps, I don't mind them so much, but at least take these little bugs out. I mean, come on, this is just adding to my time of trying to level, and also trying to, you know, get my Blue Mage AF done, and also trying to do this. And it's just becoming a increasingly pain in the ass. It's just like, I got way too much, you know? And I know a lot of you understand, I know a lot of you guys will understand me on that situation. Because, hell, we've all been to Odd Urgen, or if you haven't yet, well, believe me, it's gonna be a pain in the ass. Well, alright guys, I'm running low on time here, so I just want to say, you know, thank you guys for watching, and have a nice day.